Right, a little further down the heavyweight pecking order, Sam Sexton beat Martin Rogan to win the Commonwealth title last weekend. Cracking fights, well, one way, then the other. Joining us now on the line is the new champion, Sam Sexton. Sam, welcome to the show.
Hello, mate. How's things?
Sam, congratulations on becoming the new champion.
Yeah, thanks very much.
How are you feeling? I mean, I have to say, at times, it looked as if you were in trouble. Marty had you on the ropes once or twice.
Never in trouble. I might have been hurt, but I was never in trouble. There's no doubt in my mind I was going over that title.
Sam, there's that confusion about that point when your gum shield comes out and then Marty stops and then you hit him. What was your understanding of what was going on at that time, Sam? Can you remember?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, he had caught me. I mean, I was dazed. I was in my head. I was just making it through the round. You know, I was fit enough, and I held it together quite well. But my gum shield had been at my mouth for like nearly a minute, and there was a little break where we stood off each other, and I nodded and I pointed at the floor because the referee was standing on my gum shield.
Oh, was he?
So I nodded at the floor, and Martin Rogan saw that as well and stepped back as if to say, get his gum shield in, because, you know, I thought, you know, your gum shield come out, the referee picks your gum shield up, he washes it, and you carry on. But he let us carry on, so we were both a bit as confused as if the referee, you know, wanted us to carry on or not. So then he did. So I gave Martin Rogan like a couple of little light shots just to say, well, come on, we'll carry on. Yeah. I mean, if you see the fight, you see they're not full punches.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they do look a bit lighter. Now, so at that point, as far as you're concerned, you didn't spit the gum shield out to buy time, Sam.
No, that was from an onslaught of Rogan's punches. I think that was he caught me with a left hook or a hook that knocked the gum shield out. Cool. About a minute before I'd even said to the ref my gum shield was out, because I nodded at the floor because I thought my gum shield's been out for quite a while now. Maybe the referee hasn't seen it and doesn't know my gum shield's out. And then when he stood on it, I nodded down to his feet to say, you're standing on my gum shield.
Because in all fairness, Sam, you do deserve a lot of credit, because last week there was all the confusion at the end, and it was, you know, Marty was saying, you know, the referee was bad, he was saying about the gum shield, but and something that got lost there, in my opinion, was you getting credit. So if I could just say on behalf of almost every single email I've had, apart from one or two, who are probably from Marty Rogan's family, you know, no disrespect to Marty, almost everyone says that you deserve some credit, and I'd like to say you absolutely deserve some credit. But
Thanks
Sam,
very much.
now this is where you get more credit, and you know what I'm going to say now, don't you?
Go on.
The rematch, will it happen?
I mean, we'll see what happens. As you know, and you know, that's not really down to me, is it? We'll see what Frank Warren wants to do, and you know, if all the equations are right, then it could happen, and I would be
more than willing to take it.
Yeah, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I mean, I'm looking at moving forward and stuff like that. I mean, I know Martin Rogan said after the fight he had with Matt Skelton that he doesn't do rematches, and he doesn't want a rematch with Matt. He wants to move forward. So, you know, the same goes for me. If I can help, I'll move forward. And
that's understandable. Now, what about someone down the line? Controversial ending first time you met him. Derek Chisora, he was on the show last week in his sunglasses because it was very bright in here. Big Derek was on the show last week. Gave you a lot of credit. In fact, he tipped you really to win. He beat you in a cracking fight, a real hard fight. You weren't hurt at the end. You just wasn't throwing punches. Now, is that something you'd fancy?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all due respect to Derek Chisora, I'm glad he had a bit of faith in me there, and he said good things about me. I didn't see the programme at the time, but I heard what he'd said.
He was very respectful.
Big respect to Derek Chisora for that. I heard that Derek Chisora is fighting Danny Williams, but you know, if that's going to happen,
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen, yeah.
It's definitely going to happen. It was on last week. It was off on Tuesday. It was definitely off yesterday, but I can exclusively reveal now at about 2:15 on Thursday. It's definitely back on.
Oh,
Danny Williams, Chisora will fight June 27th. You'll be ringside, and maybe one of them will issue a challenge to you, or you can issue a challenge.
Well, this is it. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't like to say who would win the fight, but ideally, I mean, maybe the best person who I would like to win the fight is Derek Chisora. Then maybe we can get it on for the British and Commonwealth title, and I can redeem myself from the loss before.
Listen, Sam,
that'd be great for me.
Sam, listen, mate, you've been it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and I really mean that. Congratulations on last week. Whether you fight Big Martin later this year, whether you fight Derek later in this year, you can come into the show. You don't have to wear glasses, okay? You don't have to wear any sunglasses. Sam, listen, well done last week, and it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Sam, yeah, thanks very much.
Sam, when you're training, just stay away from the axes, eh, mate?
Yeah, well, I do use the tyre, actually. I heard you talking about that, and I do use the tyre, which is a good training. just all round core fitness and strength, really.
All right, listen.
Good man.
Sam, thanks very much, mate.
All right, thanks a lot.
What a nice guy.
Indeed.
Right.